gonna check a couple of these screws because I think they might be brass. See, they're colored brass, but they're not. They're steel. So on to the next thing. Couple of these again look like they might be brass, but they're all metal still. Now we're going to do a couple fans. Hope you guys can see everything I'm doing here, but I'll show you why people have to buy new fans. See all the dirt in there? Nobody ever takes their fan apart and cleans them. If they would probably last 1 to 2 years longer. Not that they're built real great. They are from one of them other countries over there, you know. See, it's all clogging. Those slots are how the air gets through and keeps the motor clean in there. The electric motor. And it's all dirty in there. It's too late now though, it's garbage. Burn up now. That's the way some people do it. The other screw is a triangle screw, so you got to use a different type of screwdriver. This chip right here on this little computer board or whatever it's called has a chance of having gold in it. So I always save the computer boards and I'll take all that off later and see if I can't recycle the gold out of it one day when I got time. Just don't have any time right now, but there's also places will buy this because it's got that chip on it. So I might just sell them the way they are. Wonder. Of course, it's molded in. And the cords are usually on everything is usually copper, so I save them. I'll run them through my stripper later. I always cut the plugs off and throw them in the middle. They're actually chrome plated. A lot of them are chrome plated brass. Brass. They're copper coated brass. So they're chrome plated brass. Chrome plated brass. The shiny plugs on things are. But you can see the brass ones, just plain brass ones, that's the ones I save. The pieces off of them. A lot lot of people won't save the stuff, plastic, you know, with a lot of plastic. Like vacuum cleaners have a lot of plastic, but they have a motor in them with this copper in there, and you can either take those apart and get the copper out, or you can take the motor out of a vacuum cleaner and put them in a bucket and save them up until you got enough you want to take into the scrapyard, and then they'll buy them as motors off of it. See, either way you want to make it easier, or you want to do the work and get a little extra money out of it, it's worth it to me. But some people don't want to do that. I don't blame them. See the front of that motor? See all that stuff in there? Nobody takes it apart and cleans it, so it just kills it. It can't cool itself off, so it overheats. Let's see if I can get a little of that out of there, so you can see what it's supposed to look like. These 6 right here, that's how they're supposed to look. Oh, sorry, I don't know if you can see them, but see, these down here are all dirty. And if people would just take them apart, make sure you unplug it before you work on it. And there's an electric motor. See, you can either turn that in the way it is, or this is die cast, or it could be cast aluminum, I'm not sure which. And they give you, if it's a cast aluminum, they give you more money than, obviously, than metals, than steels. And I'm going to take this apart and show you what's inside of it, show you the copper inside. All this shiny kind of orange color, that's all copper in there. And there's probably only, you know, maybe 20 cents. But there's only like 20 cents in this. All this orange is copper. But there might only be 10 or 20 cents, but if you get 100 of them, you know, and they're real easy to take apart to get the copper off of the steel. And then you also have the steel price on top of it, which isn't much, but on each one. But a lot of them together got a big possibility of being rich one day. You never know. I haven't got there yet, but maybe I'll be rich one day. Next, same thing, only you got to turn this knob counterclockwise. I don't know if you can see on there, but right there it says Tighten on there. I don't know where the focus is, but hopefully. But it says Tighten, it's got an arrow pointing to the left to tighten the blade on. So if you take it to the right, like most stuff tightens up, it comes off. Because it's the way the fan turns. The way the motor turns, the fan blade has to be backwards to keep it tight. Another copper cord. That's what I meant by shiny. I don't know if that's focusing in on it or not, but that's the those are actually brass, but they're chrome plated or something's plated on it. They're plated anyways. And I just don't feel like taking them in, cutting them off and taking them in when they got that chrome on there, because it's probably steel price anyways. So I just put the plug in there, plug copper back to get stripped. All of the other wire that's in a fan is tin copper. So it's got tin in it, tin over the top of copper. So it's like they don't give you that much price for it, but I put it in better than steel, you know. So I just put them in a tub and I'm gonna take them in and see what I get out of it. Definitely won't get copper price, but let's see what else we got here that we can take apart here. I can take this apart. This compact disc player, DVD. Man, is it mostly plastic. Little computer board in there. Got one of those chips right here. That's one of them chips. May have gold in it. I don't see anything else. It's just a cheap board, you know, nothing fancy. Might be gold in that one chip there. This here is just a power board, but I don't know if you can see in here, but see there's one of those little tiny chips right there that might have gold in it. It might. And this here is a transformer. I'll show you how to take them apart on another video, but there's copper in, a lot of copper in there. So if you're into, I like to save all the copper I can. I just like copper, I don't know, and aluminum and brass. All the metal I take in fast as I can to get rid of it, otherwise I'll have a mountain of it. But there's another little computer board. But there's two little screws right here. And to some people, these little screws ain't worth getting out, you know. But sometimes from a week of taking stuff, from a week of picking stuff, I always keep the stuff that comes apart, vacuums, TVs, old TVs, tube TVs, new flat screens, all of it. All of it's got metal, or copper, or gold. But those two little screws, you can't even hardly see them. I don't know if you can see that on the flyers there. Some people think seconds, if that. Then you got a little piece of metal. Well, at the end of the week, you have half a 5-gallon bucket of screws taking stuff apart. 2 weeks, you'll have a 5-gallon bucket, which weighs probably 40, 50 pounds of steel. All adds up. Just depends on how much a person wants to make out of what you get. Sometimes it's how much time you have, because sometimes I don't have time to take stuff apart, plastic, and that there is a little motor. See, and you may not want to take the time to take that out for the little bit of copper that's in it, so you put it in your electric motor bucket. That's what I'm going to start doing with those, because they're just too hard, and too hard to get apart, and I don't have time. There's a magnet right there. Oh, that's to the. And plastic, and little piece of metal. Now here's where you hook up all your audio and your video and everything on the back of the thing. Now, this chip here for sure has gold in it. This one may have, and this one may have. And way down in here, there's another one that may have. And this little thing right here, I don't know if you can see that, but I think it's called a crystal capacitor, and it's supposed to have silver in it, but I don't know. I've only watched videos telling me about it. There's these other little brown things down in here which you can barely see them, but they have silver, and some of them have a thing called palladium that's supposedly real expensive if you get any of it out of there. But there's very little palladium and very little silver in them. But like I said, it depends on how much money you want to get out of stuff, to how far you go with it.
Meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free. Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small. we can sit together. It's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free.
I think we're going to try whatever this thing was. I think it was a humidifier or something. Rely on? I don't know what it was. Somebody out there knows, I'm sure.
You and me, meant to be.
That's the rest of the cord that was on it. The plug-in cord.
Ever free, you and me, meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free.
Normally I'd have another pair of pliers and a or a vise, but let's see what I got out here. We'll use what we got, if I can. That is. Nope. But anyways, this part here where the black tape is wrapped around it, that's actually black tape. Electrical tape wrapped around. There's copper in that. It's about way back in here somewhere. It's like a 1/4 inch thick copper. And you just bend this and this, and that falls out, that whole thing. And then the metal that you see, there's some metal inside of it, that just slides right out, pushes out of it. Sometimes you might have to tap it with a hammer or something, but it'll come out. And then you can get that copper off there easier that way. What I thought it was. That brass piece comes out. I thought it screwed up. It's got a little, you can't really see it there, but it's got a little O-ring on there you gotta get off. In case you're wondering, I sort of got that other screwdriver thing, you know. I kind of stole that a little from Ian Matthews. Should look him up. He's a lot of fun on there too. This is all plastic, and this is all aluminum. Everything you see there almost, except for this piece, is aluminum. There's a rubber seal right here. Gotta come off. Seal, throw that in the garbage. And there's stuff, but that's in that hole is where your water goes. Heats up, kind of percolates through everything. That's the inside of it, what it looks like after you use it. It's all calcium buildup in there. Still get dirty aluminum price for it. But there it is. Okay, so we're not completely done, but there's one of those heating coil things. There again, you got to take that out. But it shouldn't be too big a deal once I get all the I'll save it till I can get it in a vise. And that'll wrap it up. We're gonna be taking other stuff apart in the future. But in case you'd like to help our channel out, we'd really appreciate it if you'd like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. It'd really help us out a lot. And I thank you.